Hello everyone and welcome to another beautiful day in Athens, Greece. This is your host, Two Greek Wheels, and this is the third episode of Scooter Tuesdays. Now today we'll be taking on the subject of should you be driving a liter bike on the street? Now, trying to make this quick. I'm not going to make any promises of 3 minutes and under because we all know that's not going to happen. So I'm not even going to say it. Now, when I say liter bikes, I'm referring to sport bikes. Now, this is a lane, but some people the thing is that I have a liter bike, by definition, 1000cc bike. It's not a sport bike. Okay, it's a Honda Varadero. Everyone who watches my channel knows this. It's a 2005, almost 600 pounds or 300 kilos, whatever you prefer. It's 1000 cc's and about 90 horsepower. Now, many of you, especially the keyboard warriors among us, are going to say that that's too slow. For street use, that is actually not too slow. It's way too fast. Once you're in third, you're already far beyond the speed limit. So, right. It's got a lot of torque, so you can have fun on the road. But, it's already way overpowered. And when I say it's already way overpowered, I am very, very aware of the power of sport bikes. Now, sport bikes weigh 100 kilos less, and they have twice the horsepower. So it's 100 kilos less and 100 more horsepower. And that's insane. And I do mean insane. That kind of power on the street, think of it like this. What use do you have for 200 horsepower? Cars that have 200 horsepower are, already considered quick, brisk, getting along in a, fast-ish pace. A bike that's got 200 horsepower, that's a nightmare. And on the street, if you don't know what you're doing, that thing's gonna kill you. Because you won't realize how fast you're up to insane speeds on a sport bike, right? I mean, that's a given, but many people don't seem to understand it. Now, the track is another thing, and that's why I call this riding a liter bike on the street. A 600 is plenty good enough. No, you're not going to go through. It's plenty good enough for street use. Plenty good enough. It's plenty fast. It's already overpowered again. So why exactly would you need 1,000? I mean, I don't think Mr. VR46 is riding 1,000 cc sport bike on the street. It's insane. It's so much power. You're never going to use it. You can think of it like this. Also, if I can give you more of my thoughts, not really cohesive arguments, but more so thoughts and ramblings on the subject. It is, after all, Scooter Tuesday. I mean, you're never going to use it. You're never going to use the full range of it. Most people would be too afraid to use it. Even if you give them a long enough runway, many people would still be, what are you doing? What are you doing in your 80s? Come on, get in line. Look at him. Do I go? I go. God. Now, you're never going to use it. Where exactly are you going to use 200 horsepower on a bike? If you give most people, if you give them a big enough runway and, I don't know, an S1000RR, and you say max it, I bet you most people are too afraid to do that on a safe runway. I bet most people are afraid to go up to the red line on second because it's already, and it's because it's a whole experience, right? The whole bike is howling. It's already howling. I mean, it's daunting. 1,000 cc's of sport bike. It's way too fast. It's way too fast. Now, I know experienced people can drive them just fine. I'm not saying that you can't drive a liter bike on the street, and I'm not saying it should be forbidden, but you should have, I don't know, almost half a brain before doing it. Now, of course, if you had almost half a brain, maybe you wouldn't actually be riding bikes. But this is going on farther than it was supposed to at first. Anyway, the rambling of Scooter Tuesday is done because, I mean, half of you left, right? And there's this one guy left watching this. I mean, I love looking at liter bikes. I love riding 1,000 cc's of sport bikes, but for street use, even the Varadero is way overpowered. You don't need that much power. And I know you need acceleration to get away from whatever, but you don't really need that much power on the street. At the end of the day, people are going to do what they're going to do. This sort of sounds like a mafia movie. But anyway, this has gone on long enough. Everyone just, stay on your two wheels, and I'll see you in the next one. Two wheels out.